Preface to the 20 Essential Buddhist Sutras for Life series, a mind map to ultimate wisdom. Opening a sutra is not about reading words, it is about opening a door. Outside the door lies the bustling world, inside is another dimension of reality. We all live at the intersection of these two realms. We yearn for inner peace, yet are often trapped by the clamor of the outside world. We seek the meaning of life, yet often lose our way amidst trivial routines. Thus, we begin to search for a wisdom that can pierce through the fog, for a voice that can reach the depths of our hearts. This search may have led you here, to the vast treasure trove of Buddhist teachings. Today, we are not venturing into an academic jungle of abstruse scholarship, nor are we conducting a discussion on religious rituals. We simply wish, in this era swept along by a deluge of information, to help you find 20 anchors for the soul. These anchors are 20 Buddhist sutras that, despite the passage of millennia, still radiate the light of wisdom. They are not cold, distant dogmas, but rather profoundly practical, mind maps left to us by ancient sages. Concerning self-knowledge, settling the body and mind, and insight into the true nature of the world. 1. Why read Buddhist sutras? Perhaps, first, for a sense of cool clarity. Buddhist sutras often speak of afflictions, kleshas, which is not an abstract concept but the scorching anxiety, pressure, unease, fear, and sense of loss each of us intimately experiences. The wisdom of the sutras, like a clear spring, does not seek to instantly wash away all afflictions, but teaches us to see their source, our own mind, which is pulled by external circumstances and constantly discriminates and calculates. The process of reading is a process of learning to cool down the mind, to maintain awareness and tranquility amidst restlessness. Second, for a shift in perspective. We are accustomed to viewing everything from the perspective of I, thus giving rise to solid attachments and endless suffering from gain and loss. Buddhist sutras, particularly those of the Prajnaparamita, perfection of wisdom, tradition, with their exquisite reasoning, help us break this singular viewpoint. They invite us to leap beyond the limitations of the self, to observe the flow of dependent arising and cessation, and to appreciate the profound meaning of emptiness, shunyata, which reveals the interdependent nature of all phenomena and the lack of absolute, independent inherent existence. This broadening of perspective is itself a tremendous spiritual liberation. Finally, for a guiding lamp. Where does life go? What is the ultimate value of human existence? These ultimate questions receive systematic and in-depth responses in the Buddhist sutras. Whether it is the Avatamsaka Sutra revealing the mysteries of the universe, the Surangama Sutra or Samdhinirmikana Sutra detailing the flow of life and the path to liberation, or the many sutras providing clear stages of practice and descriptions of pure lands. They all point us toward a possible path beyond the predicament of birth and death, toward awakening and liberation. This lamp may not illuminate the entire journey at once, but it can at least let us see the path at our feet, knowing we are not walking blindly in the dark. 2. Why these 20 sutras? Chinese culture is vast, and the Buddhist canon is even more voluminous. Our selection of these 20 aims to constitute a core reader in Buddhist studies that is both broad and deep. In the upcoming series of programs, we will approach these 20 classics together. For each sutra, we will use accessible language to interpret its core themes, the background of its creation, its most compelling stories and parables, and the inspiration it can offer for our contemporary lives. We will not get entangled in convoluted technical terms but will strive to extract those sparks of wisdom that transcend time and space and strike directly at the heart. Our goal is not for you to memorize the texts, but to hope that you can find one or two sentences that touch your heart, one or two concepts that bring sudden clarity. and bring them into your life, to observe, to experience, to verify. The wisdom of the Dharma is, in the end, a wisdom of practice, a wisdom that transforms the quality of life. This journey through the corridor of millennia of wisdom is about to begin. It may not instantly solve all your problems, but it may give you a new way of seeing and a more composed heart with which to face those problems. May you, accompanied by these voices and this wisdom, embark on a journey of inner exploration that is uniquely your own. 3. Cornerstones of Wisdom, 5 Core Sutras establishing fundamental view. 1. The Heart Sutra, the concentrated essence of prajna. The heart of the Prajnaparamita Sutra, with only 260 characters, is the core of the entire prajna, wisdom, philosophy. It uses the most concise language to reveal the profound truth of all 5 aggregates are empty and form is emptiness, emptiness is form. This sutra is not abstract theory but a direct experiential truth of life. When facing pressure, pain, or confusion, the Heart Sutra acts like a key of wisdom, instantly opening a new perspective. The things that cause you suffering are, in essence, temporary and empty. This understanding can immediately bring mental freedom. The monk Xuanzang recited the Heart Sutra throughout his perilous journey to the west to retrieve scriptures, a testament to the practical power of this sutra. 2. The Heart Sutra is the concentrated essence of prajna wisdom. The Diamond Sutra is its full unfolding. It repeatedly emphasizes, dwelling nowhere, let the mind arise, directly pointing to the root of suffering, attachment. We are attached to self, to ideas, to gain and loss. The Diamond Sutra uses metaphors like a dream, an illusion, a bubble, a shadow, to gently awaken the dreamer. This sutra is particularly suited for modern people, as we live in a society full of comparison, competition, and anxiety. The Diamond Sutra teaches us how to engage in life while maintaining inner detachment. 3. The Lotus Sutra, the perfect revelation of the One Vehicle. The Saddharma Pundarika Sutra, Lotus Sutra, holds revolutionary significance in Buddhist history. It proposes the doctrine of 3 vehicles merging into one vehicle. The Sravaka, Pratyabuddha, and Bodhisattva paths all ultimately converge into the Buddha vehicle. This means everyone has the potential to become a Buddha, everyone possesses limitless capacity. The famous parables in the Lotus Sutra, such as the parable of the burning house and the parable of the phantom city, use vivid stories to illustrate profound truths. For modern individuals who often feel insignificant and powerless, the Lotus Sutra grants the most fundamental confidence. You are originally a Buddha, merely not yet awakened. 4. The Surangama Sutra, a complete map for exploring mind nature. The Surangama Sutra is revered as the Sutra for Enlightenment. It is a systematic work on the science of the mind. It analyzes in detail the operational mechanisms of the mind, explains the causes of afflictions, and provides 25 methods of practice, the 25 perfect penetrations. The greatest feature of the Surangama Sutra is its systematic approach, starting with the 7 locations where the mind is sought. It explores what is the true mind and what is the deluded mind. Through the analysis of the 50 skandha demon states, it points out various potential pitfalls on the path of practice. For those who appreciate rational thinking and systematic learning, this is an invaluable treasure. 5. The Avatamsaka Sutra, the majestic vision of the Dharma realm's dependent arising. The Avatamsaka Sutra, Flower Garland Sutra, presents the complete state of the Buddha's enlightenment. One is all is one. The imagery described in the sutra, such as the net of Indra with its jewels reflecting one another, vividly expresses the interconnectedness of all things in the universe. The Avatamsaka Sutra is not only philosophically profound but also highly literary. The Entry into the Dharma Realm chapter, describing Sadhana's pilgrimage to 53 spiritual guides, demonstrates how people of various identities and professions can achieve realization within their own positions. This sutra shows us that spiritual practice is not about escaping life but about discovering the sacred in every aspect of life. 4. The practice of compassion, 5 sutras providing specific methods of cultivation. 6. The Amitabha Sutra, an introductory guide to the Pure Land Path. This short sutra of only 1858 characters is one of the core texts of the Pure Land school. It clearly and simply introduces the splendid features of the Western land of ultimate bliss and Amitabha Buddha's 48 great vows. Unlike other sutras, the Amitabha Sutra does not require profound philosophical understanding. It only requires faith, vow, and practice, believing in the existence of the Pure Land, vowing to be reborn there, and reciting the Buddha's name. This simple method of practice offers a practical path to liberation for busy modern people. The requirement of single-minded concentration without confusion in the sutra is also excellent training for focus. 7. The Infinite Life Sutra, the complete blueprint of the Pure Land. If the Amitabha Sutra is a brief introduction to the Pure Land path, the Infinite Life Sutra is the detailed manual. It fully recounts the process of how Amitabha Buddha made his vows, practiced, and accomplished the land of ultimate bliss. Its description of the Pure Land is extremely detailed. The environment, life, and conditions for practice there surpass all limitations of our world. The Infinite Life Sutra not only offers comfort for the end of life, but, more importantly, provides a model of an ideal society, what a world built on compassion and wisdom should look like. 8. The Contemplation Sutra, a manual for mental visualization practice. Using the story of Queen Vaidehi as its basis, this sutra transmits in detail 16 methods of contemplation. From simple contemplations like the setting sun and water, to complex visualizations of Buddha and Bodhisattva forms and the overall landscape of the Pure Land, it forms a complete graded path of learning. The Contemplation Sutra holds significant value in Buddhist psychology. It demonstrates how to transform the mind and purify consciousness through deliberate visualization. Even without faith in the Pure Land, its methods of contemplation are greatly helpful for developing concentration and purifying negative emotions. 9. The Earth Store Sutra, the ultimate manifestation of filial piety and great vows. The Sutra of the past vows of Earth Store Bodhisattva has deeply influenced folk beliefs. Earth Store Bodhisattva's great vow, "I will not attain Buddhahood until the hells are emptied," has moved countless people. Through stories of Earth Store Bodhisattva, this sutra elucidates the infallible law of cause and effect. Notably, the Earth Store Sutra emphasizes filial piety. Earth Store Bodhisattva made his great vows to save his mother, which highly aligns with traditional Chinese culture. In modern society, when facing the passing of loved ones or family difficulties, the Earth Store Sutra offers deep emotional solace and wise guidance. 10. The Medicine Buddha Sutra, comprehensive care for well-being in this life. The unique value of the Medicine Buddha Sutra lies in its focus on benefits in the present life, health, longevity, abundance, and harmonious relationships. The 12 great vows of Medicine Buddha address various sufferings in people's actual lives. The sutra also details methods and benefits of making offerings to Medicine Buddha, and how to eliminate karmic obstacles through confession and moral precepts. For those who value quality of life and wish to attain happiness and peace in this very life, the Medicine Buddha Sutra offers a complete solution. 5. Paths of Cultivation, 5 sutras showcasing different school characteristics. 11. The Platform Sutra, the Declaration of Confidence of Chinese Chan Buddhism. The Platform Sutra of the 6th Patriarch is the only work by a Chinese patriarch honored as a sutra in Buddhist history, which is significant in itself. The 6th Patriarch Huineng, though illiterate, awakened to the mind's nature. His story breaks the assumed necessary link between scholarly learning and enlightenment. The core of the Platform Sutra: originally there is no Bodhi tree, nor a stand of mirror bright. Fundamentally there is not a single thing, where can dust alight, directly points to the Buddha nature inherent in all. This sutra presents a completely syncretized Buddhist wisdom, direct, concise, and practice-oriented. In modern society, when people feel suffocated by various knowledge systems, the Platform Sutra reminds us, wisdom is not outside, it is within your own mind. 12. The Vimalakirti Sutra, a model of practice for the layperson. Vimalakirti is the most famous lay bodhisattva in Buddhist history. He manifested as having a wife, children, and immeasurable wealth, yet possessed supreme wisdom and unobstructed eloquence. This sutra breaks down the boundary between monastic and lay life, proving that true practice lies not in form but in the nature of the mind. The viewpoint in the Vimalakirti Sutra, when the mind is pure, the land is pure, provides a theoretical basis for modern people to practice within secular life. Whether you are an entrepreneur, artist, homemaker, or office worker, you can find a model for your own practice in Vimalakirti. 13. The Mahavairakana Sutra, the foundational classic of esoteric practice. The Mahavairakana Sutra is the most important classic in Chinese esoteric Buddhism. It systematically expounds the theory and practical methods of attaining Buddhahood in this very body. Transforming the body, speech, and mind of an ordinary being into those of a Buddha through the practice of the three mysteries: body, speech, and mind. Its detailed explanations of mandalas, seed syllables, mudras, and mantras reveal the profound symbolism behind Buddhist rituals. Even without practicing esoteric methods, the Mahavairakana Sutra can help us understand the rich connotations of Buddhist art and symbolic systems. 14. The Golden Light Sutra, the protection of right dharma for nation and beings. Historically honored as one of the 3 sutras for protecting the nation, the Golden Light Sutra emphasizes the close relationship between the Dharma, the state, and all beings. It explains how to eliminate disasters and attain peace through practicing the Golden Light Dharma. Particularly noteworthy, this sutra contains rich methods of confession and wisdom on how to handle relationships between humans and nature, and within society. In an era of increasingly prominent global issues, the teachings of the Golden Light Sutra appear especially timely. 15. The Samdhinirmikana Sutra, systematic exposition of Yogacara thought. If you want to understand how Buddhism analyzes the structure of consciousness, the Samdhinirmikana Sutra is the best textbook. It systematically explains the basic theories of Yogacara, consciousness only, the 8 consciousnesses, the 3 natures, the 3 non-natures, etc. The greatest feature of this sutra is its fine analysis and strict logic. It is like a precise map of the mind, detailing every step of the transformation from delusion to enlightenment. For those who enjoy philosophical reasoning and wish to understand the Dharma rationally, the Samdhinirmikana Sutra provides the clearest theoretical framework. 6. Profound Insights, 5 sutras revealing the subtleties of the Dharma. 16. The Lankavatara Sutra, the fundamental basis for Chan's mind-to-mind seal. The Lankavatara Sutra holds a special place in Chan history. Known as the Sutra for sealing the mind, used by successive patriarchs to confirm a student's state of awakening. It integrates Tathagatagarbha thought with Yogacara doctrine, presenting a complete system of 5 dharmas, 3 natures, 8 consciousnesses, and twofold selflessness. The Lankavatara Sutra is characterized by being both profound and practical, discussing theory while emphasizing practice. When Bodhidharma transmitted the Dharma to Haik, he said, observing the land of Han, only this sutra can seal the mind, indicating its importance. 17. The Perfect Enlightenment Sutra, direct pointing to perfect awakening. In the form of 12 bodhisattvas asking questions in sequence, the Perfect Enlightenment Sutra fully expounds how to realize perfect enlightenment. It introduces the concept of perfect enlightenment, not partial awakening, but thorough, complete enlightenment. The methods of practice in the Perfect Enlightenment Sutra are very clear, including the 3 methods of shamatha, calming, samapatti, contemplation, and dhyana, meditation, as well as 25 pure samadhi wheels. This sutra provides practitioners with a clear roadmap, avoiding the dangers of blind practice. 18. The Srimala Sutra, classic elucidation of Tathagatagarbha thought. Though not long, the Srimala Sutra profoundly elucidates Tathagatagarbha thought. All sentient beings possess the Tathagatagarbha. Delivered by Queen Srimala, it itself breaks gender limitations, showing that women can also realize and teach profound Dharma. The Srimala Sutra presents the dialectical relationship between empty Tathagatagarbha and non-empty Tathagatagarbha, avoiding both the eternalist view of clinging to substantial existence and the nihilist view of clinging to emptiness. For understanding Buddha nature and mind nature theory, this is an essential sutra. 19. The Agama Sutras, the living source of the Buddha's teachings. The Agamas are not a single sutra but a collection of texts, including the long Agama, middle-length Agama, connected Agama, and numerical Agama. These texts record the Buddha's original teachings during his lifetime, closest to the historical Buddha's actual Dharma. The Agamas are characterized by simplicity and practicality, basic doctrines like the 4 Noble Truths, Noble Eightfold Path, 12 links of dependent origination, 5 aggregates, and 6 sense bases are explained most clearly here. If you want to understand the most fundamental form of Buddhism, you must read the Agamas. 20. The Nirvana Sutra, the Buddha's final admonitions. The Mahaparinirvana Sutra records the Buddha's final teachings before entering parinirvana, thus holding special importance. It presents the 4 virtues of nirvana: eternity, bliss, self, and purity. Clarifying the misunderstanding of no self, it is not annihilation but the true state beyond impermanence, suffering, no self, and impurity. The Nirvana Sutra also emphasizes, all sentient beings possess Buddha nature, a thought that profoundly influenced the development of Chinese Buddhism. Reading this sutra is like listening to the final instructions of a wise elder, with every word precious. 7. Conclusion, a complete mind map for spiritual growth. These 20 sutras constitute a complete learning system, from foundational to profound, from theory to practice, from benefiting self to benefiting others. They are like 20 mentors, each with their own expertise. Some excel in theoretical analysis, like the Samdhinirmikana Sutra. Some focus on practical guidance, like the Contemplation Sutra. Some are skilled at encouragement and inspiration, like the Lotus Sutra. And others are adept at dispelling doubt, like the Diamond Sutra. In this series, we will delve deeply into each sutra together, understanding their core teachings, historical background, methods of practice, and contemporary significance. Our goal is not academic research nor religious propagation, but to make these millennia of wisdom truly come alive, to serve as a reference of wisdom when you face life's difficulties, to be good teachers and helpful friends on your path of mental and spiritual growth. The Dharma is not a tool to escape reality, but a wisdom to face reality more profoundly and with greater clarity. These 20 sutras offer precisely 20 different facets of this wisdom. Now, let us begin this marvelous journey of wisdom with the first sutra, the Heart Sutra. 1. Heart Sutra, the concentrated core of wisdom. 2. Diamond Sutra, the sharp sword that cuts through attachments and reveals emptiness. 3. Lotus Sutra, the perfect revelation of the One Vehicle. 4. Surangama Sutra, an empirical map for directly perceiving the mind's nature. 5. Avatamsaka Sutra, the majestic epic of the boundless Dharma realm. 6. Amitabha Sutra, a compassionate invitation to the Pure Land destination. 7. Infinite Life Sutra, the grand blueprint of the land of ultimate bliss. 8. Contemplation Sutra, mental visualization for Pure Land practice. 9. Earth Store Sutra, life education in great vows and profound filial piety. 10. Medicine Buddha Sutra, the lapis lazuli light for present well-being. 11. Platform Sutra, the declaration of confidence of Chinese Chan Buddhism. 12. Vimalakirti Sutra, liberation and ease amidst the dust of the world. 13. Mahavarakana Sutra, the rational core of esoteric phenomena. 14. Golden Light Sutra, the protection of right dharma for nation and beings. 15. Samdhinirmikana Sutra, systematic exposition of the profound meaning of Yogacara. 16. Lankavatara Sutra, the synthesis of nature and characteristics for Chan's mind seal. 17. Perfect Enlightenment Sutra, direct pointing to perfect awakening. 18. Srimala Sutra, classic elucidation of Tathagatagarbha thought. 19. Agama Sutras, the living source of the Buddha's teachings. 20. Nirvana Sutra, the final teachings on the eternally abiding Dharma body. 20 Essential Buddhist Sutras for Life, a journey of wisdom illuminating the self.